All right, so today we're gonna look at escaping and passing the lockdown position. So once my partner's got the lockdown position in place, I really wanna make sure that I'm not going too high up my partner's body. So what I mean by that is obviously like when we're in like a normal half guard, we wanna get an underhook and we wanna get this cross face. But when I bring myself up, if he straightens his legs out, he's got this ability to be able to move me back down. Then he's able to lift his knees in and he can start like working the space, and we can start working his underhooks and different types of guards. So what I actually want to do is, instead of like committing my chest to chest here and making it easy for him to get the underhook, I actually want to lower myself down. He wants to be able to stretch my body out. When I take myself lower, it makes it more difficult for him to be able to stretch out enough to give him a better position. So as soon as my partner gets the lockdown, instead of stretching up high chest to chest, I want you to think about coming down low. Always making sure that we keep our elbows in tight. What I don't want to do is come down to this position and have like this arm flared out so he's able to come up and start attacking. He's got Kimuras and stuff. So always make sure that your elbows are in nice and tight. So for this first one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch my hips and I'm going to bring this knee tight underneath this leg. What this is also going to help with is making sure that he can't just adjust himself and pull himself out into guard. So for example, like if I'm here and I've got this knee a little bit wide, he can just bail on the lockdown and he can just like push down onto the knee, move his hips and bring himself out into a guard position. So pinch in, he's got his lockdown and we're going to bring the knee under and pinch in nice and tight. So both of my knees, legs, pinching onto that bottom leg. Really important that this foot is based onto the floor. If we've just got the foot flat and he's like super strong and I've switched my hips like that, I'm just gonna get rolled over the top. So as soon as you switch your base, ball of the foot, bend your knees so you have some base in behind. Now, because I've got control of the hips, because he doesn't have as much stretch now, he doesn't have as much control over this leg. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring my heel up to my butt, and now I'm going to flare my foot out. If I just place my foot down, he's just going to fish and re-find. Can you re-find that lockdown? Oh, right. So he can fish and find it. So once I've pulled the heel in, pulled it to the side, my goal is to start walking my foot as close to his butt as possible. Once I've got the foot in as close as I possibly can, use your elbow, and we're going to push down. Try not to use your hand, because if you use your hand, you're flaring this arm out, it can be grabbed. So keep the elbow in. We're going to start to push as we continue to walk, dive the knee over the top, and then we can start working our passes. Either just continue on through, or if he tries to keep hold of the foot, we can switch through, come into our knee cut position. So, puts his lockdown in. So instead of going up high here, I'm going to work myself down low to the hips and just pinch in nice and tight. Little switch of my base. Bring my knee underneath. Make sure my back foot is based to the floor. Bring your heel up. Then you're going to flare the foot out. Walk, walk, walk. Use your elbow. Push the knee down. Drive the knee over the top. Either walk through or switch in for the pass. So one more time. Locks it in, down onto the hips, switch of the base, foot goes down, use your elbow, knee comes over the top. So stay really pressured down on the hips, and then let's work the heel to our butt, step the foot down, but then walk the foot up so he's not able to keep finding it every time, okay? 1, 2, 3, let's do it. All right, so for the next one, it's not too dissimilar from the first one that we did. But maybe it's a little better to use if you're not able, if you get to like this one here, and you're not able to release your foot from over the top. The idea is that we're still gonna go low, but instead of having hold of the hips here, we're gonna aim our shoulder right through here, just below the belly button, and we're gonna hug the legs. So we're gonna like pinch the legs together so he has less mobility with them. So the shoulder goes through the belly button, arms go around, and we're gonna clasp. And what we're thinking about here is like pinching the elbows together. We're still gonna do that little like switch with the base. elbows pinched together, and then all we're gonna simply do from here is just start to kick our legs straight and sprawl ourselves out. Once we've sprawled that leg through, we're just gonna start to make our way around. Couple of options. We can either just kill the hips, pull our knee behind, or you can like step over, like triangle the legs, and then move yourself right up into the mount position. Because if we've already got control of those legs, like pinching them together, it's pretty easy for us to step over, kind of khabib it as we come through. So not too dissimilar from the last one. We still want to come low down into the legs. We're going to focus our shoulder in, take our arms, reach around the legs, and the idea is we're not just holding them, but we're actually like pulling the elbows together. Little switch, we still got that base behind, pinching tight, kick the leg free, start to move around, kill, control the hips, make your way up and pass. So one more time, he locks it in. We go down nice and low, lock the hands together, little switch of the base, pinch the elbows, kick out, start to move around, either step over, move your knee to kill the hips to the side. All right, second one. 1, 2, 3. For the last one. So just for your information, out of the 3 that we've done, this is probably my most favorite one to do. So this time we're not gonna sink quite as low. We still don't want to be like mega committed up to the top here, but what we do need to make sure that we absolutely have to have is the underhook on this side. We're a little lower off. We're gonna get the underhook. But key to this now is making sure that he can't move me in this direction. Because what he wants to use the lockdown for is to move me in this direction so I have to base, then he shoots his underhook in and he's got all of his half guard stuff that he wants. So I'm gonna go underhook, overhook, keep the head low, and then we're gonna sprawl out to the side. So now if he tries to move me in this direction, really like difficult for him to do that because all of my weight is down on this arm, all of my weight is down on the leg. Head position is going to be super important as well. I need to keep my head like pinched into the side of my partner's head because if I'm like up here looking around what's going on, he can start using his hand to push, then he can go into underhook, and now I really am in trouble. So keep the head down low. Another reason why we're going to sprawl is to make sure that his lockdown leg is flat to the floor. We're going to want to staple that with our outside foot. So I'm going to take this outside foot, I'm going to bring it in and staple his leg to the floor. You see how I kept my hips low for this one? That's really important. What I don't want to do is start lifting my hips and then trying to like find it here. I'm just going to end up getting swept. So once we've sprawled and I've got his knee to the floor, bring my foot over. Now pinch that down. And the first thing we're going to do is just get rid of that lockdown. Can you put that lockdown back in? You got it? Yeah. So I'm going to pinch it down, make sure you can't move the leg, lift my foot up. Now that I've got that pinched down, there should be a little window for this leg to come out. So we're going to like tripod, bring the knee through, base the foot, and then basically it just turns into a kneecap position, okay? So again, low down with the underhook. So we're not fishing for it up here. We're going to get super low. Shoulder's going to go into the solar plex. We're going to go overhook, keep our head down, and then we're going to fall and just sprawl our body weight to the floor. Take the outside foot in, pinch that leg down. Then once we've got that pinch down, lift the heel to our butt so we unlock it. Once it's unlocked, then we can start lifting the hips, basing the foot. And here we're not just going to turn in, we're going to surf through. See how I drive my knee down, keep my hips connected to my partner's ribs, drive my hips back into my partner's hips, and through for the pass. One more time quickly. Guess he's locked down here. Underhook, overhook, sprawl off to the side. Foot comes in, unlock it, and drive through. All right, last one, guys. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3. Let's go.